Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty current. These reports about hateful comments supposedly aimed at WNBA rookie Angel Reese.
Right.
And we're trying to, get to the heart of it based on the reports out there about the WNBA investigation and just the general talk around it.
Yeah, it's really gained traction quickly, hasn't it? Even though the league itself hasn't put out like an official statement yet.
Exactly.
But this source, someone apparently familiar with things, talking about racially charged and hostile language, well, that immediately tells you it's serious. Stuff tied to recent games online, too.
It absolutely does. And Angel Reese herself, you have to consider who she is to get why this resonates so much. She's just exploded onto the pro scene. Huge talent, yes, but also this really unapologetic confidence. It goes back to that incredible NCAA run she had.
Definitely. People know who she is.
They really do.
And that high profile, it's great for her, for the league, but it also maybe, unfortunately, puts her under a much brighter spotlight, a harsher one sometimes. Right. And the reports are suggesting this isn't just, a one-off thing about Reese. It points to something bigger, like a recurring issue for outspoken athletes of color.
You mean like the examples they mentioned? Serena Williams, Kaepernick.
Exactly, Serena, Colin Kaepernick, even going back to Muhammad Ali. There's this idea of a pattern.
It feels like a double standard is at play, doesn't it? Like I see an athlete get intense, maybe a white athlete, and we say, oh, they're so competitive.
Right, fiery, passionate.
Yeah, but then someone like Reese shows that same energy, and suddenly the labels change to, like, aggressive or maybe unprofessional.
That's precisely the double standard being highlighted. And it's not just words, right? This kind of perception, this difference, it can lead to real things. More online hate, maybe even systemic bias is cropping up.
And the reports also stress that her impact isn't just, confined to the basketball court. For a lot of people, she represents something more like resilience, confidence. Unapologetic Black excellence is the phrase used. So attacks feel heavier.
Yeah, that context is crucial. And it makes it particularly telling, I think, that the investigation seems to be zeroing in on the reactions she's getting.
Not on anything she supposedly did wrong.
Apparently not. It's about how people are reacting to her, which really makes you question, well, what biases are shaping those reactions?
That's a really key point, because the WNBA, it has this reputation. It prides itself on being progressive, inclusive.
It does. A leader in many ways.
So this situation feels like a real test of that commitment, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It seems like it goes beyond just punishing someone if they find proof of bad comments.
I think so, too. Protecting players in a situation like this, it has to mean more than just dealing with individual incidents after they happen. It's about maybe challenging the narratives, the underlying ideas that fuel that kind of offensive behavior in the first place.
So looking at the system itself.
Yeah, questioning the system that allows these narratives to thrive.
Which kind of throws open these bigger, maybe uncomfortable questions, right? Like, why does it seem that athletes of color, and maybe especially women of color, get hit with this level of criticism so much more often?
Exactly. These are the fundamental questions the situation pushes to the surface. If we want actual progress, we kind of have to confront them.
It really positions Angel Reese as more than just an athlete, then. The reports frame her as someone whose very presence, her success, is sort of revealing these
uncomfortable truths.
Yeah, uncomfortable truths about race and power and just how we perceive people in sports in America.
And it fits into this longer history, doesn't it? Resistance to athletes who dare to be, bold, authentic, and Black all at the same time.
So when you boil it all down, the main thing here isn't just these specific allegations, troubling as they are. It's more about how this whole situation shines a light on these ongoing issues of bias.
Bias in sports, bias in society.
Right.
They're still very much with us.
Definitely still with us.
And maybe something for you, the listener, to think about is this. How do your own views, maybe even biases you aren't aware of, shape how you see athletes or public figures? And what role do we all play, really, in pushing back against narratives that might be harmful or marginalizing? Something to consider.